After I graduated from IIT Delhi, since I hadn't taken any job, so he was somebody who was supporting me throughout this UPSC journey. And my sisters or big brother Puspin, they also played a tremendous role financially, emotionally.
Hello and welcome to this session of In Conversation series with achievers from the Dakshana Foundation. We are very happy and proud to present to you an alum of Dakshana Foundation who has secured All India rank of 107 in the UPSC Civil Service Examination in 2026. Very happy and proud to introduce to you Dakshana alum Vimal Kumar. Congratulations and welcome to the show, Vimal. Welcome to this session of In Conversation series with achievers from the Dakshana Foundation. In today's episode, we are very happy and proud to present to you an alum of Dakshana Foundation who has secured All India rank of 107 in the UPSC Civil Service Examination in 2026. This rank of 107, what is its significance? Well, we need to understand that more than 1 million candidates apply for the UPSC at the initial stage. Less than half of them actually appear for the preliminary exam. And out of that, about 15,000 people, candidates, they get selected for the mains exam. And out of that, about 2,500 to 2,700 students get called for the interview round. And when all this is over, a few hundred students get selected for the UPSC Civil Services stream. And in this scheme of things, All India rank of 107 is especially an extremely proud achievement. We are very, very happy and proud to introduce to you Dakshana alum Vimal Kumar. Congratulations and welcome to the show, Vimal.
Thank you very much, sir.
You have been the Dakshana scholar from 2015 to 17 batch at our Center of Excellence in Kottayam in Kerala. Now, we are very happy to have played that part during your IIT JEE preparation. You come from a very small village, Chande Mau. Is the pronunciation right?
Sir, it is Chande Mau.
Chande Mau. So this Chande Mau village, according to the latest census when I was looking up, it's a small village. It has just about 1,000 plus people.
Yes.
About 250 family households is what the report said. So we were very happy to have sort of caught you at the right time in terms of your careers and studies, and you cracked the Dakshana entrance test after your 10th standard. And we were very fortunate to have you in our Center of Excellence. Can you take us through your experience at the Dakshana Center of Excellence during your IIT prep days?
Sir, I got selected in Dakshana Foundation in 2015, and I still remember the day when the result of Dakshana came, and I was very happy because in Jawahar Navodaya Vidyalaya, it was like a privilege to get selected in Dakshana. So earlier, before my selection, there were seniors who were selected. So I got selected in 2015. I went to JNV Kottayam. There the life was totally different. So in terms of food, in terms of study, because there at the Kottayam, everything was in English. And we, along with my friends, so many friends, in the beginning we were struggling a bit. But slowly and steadily, with the help of Dakshana Foundation, so many teachers came from the Dakshana Pune and they were motivating us. And I still remember Sharmila ma'am used to come there and motivate all of us. And slowly and steadily, we were quite improving day by day. And at the end of the 3 to 4 months, we were on the right track and we were dreaming about the IITs.
Very good. I mean, that's pretty nice of you to speak about that big culture shift, if I may use that word, because you come from Chande Mau village in Raebareli district of Uttar Pradesh, and your 11th and 12th at the Dakshana Foundation happened almost at the southern tip of India. That's the Kottayam district. Kottayam district, just for your information, it happens to be the very first district in India which was declared 100% literate.
Yes.
You are aware of that
Yes,
fact?
sir.
Wonderful. So you studied at the Dakshana Foundation Center of Excellence JNV campus in Kottayam. Now, coming from that village, uh, from a family where both your parents were not fortunate enough to have got formal schooling,
Yes.
but they guided you properly, made sure that you attended the appropriate scholarship examination, and you cracked it. We couldn't be happier. And in our earlier conversation, you have very passionately talked about your parents, Sri Ramdev and Srimati Siyavati. What has been their influence in your life?
Sir, I think from my parents, I always learned few values. Like from my mother, she was very hardworking from the very beginning, and she was very stubborn in a sense that she always did some work, for example, in agriculture. But she used to work very hard. Even I, today also, sir, like now after I became IAS, after that also she used to work, and she is very stubborn. She completes her work before eating anything. So that was something which I learned from my mother. I was also very stubborn in my studies during my IIT prep as well as during civil services examination preparation. When I was stuck at various stages, I used to saw my mother, my father's hard work, and I tend to get motivated from their work. So these values that I learned from my mother and father, they were something which were very useful during my preparation stages.
And you have also been very passionate about the involvement of your two brothers, Pushpendra and Ajit,
Yes.
and also your sisters, Meera and Aarti. You have fondly remembered them as emotional support during your preparation. So it has been a real privilege to see a boy from that village. I'm sure you must be the first IAS officer from that village.
Yes, and not just from village, sir, from entire Tehsil, I'm the first one, sir.
You're the first, I'm sure. And you have also said that your brothers worked very hard to ensure that you kept your studies going.
Yes, sir.
I think we would like to hear more about that from you.
Sir, my elder brother Ajit, and sir, he used to come with me for various examination. For example, sir, when I was giving the preliminary examination, mains examination for UPSC, he used to come and remain at the center wherever my exam was taking place, and he used to wonder how my brother will be doing in the inside the room. So constant pressure and tension he used to go through. That kind of tensions are going through 1 year, then after that one particular year again same thing without knowing anything. That was the one of the toughest thing that he faced. And financially, after I graduated from IIT Delhi, since I hadn't taken any job, so he was somebody who was supporting me throughout this UPSC journey. And my sisters or big brother Puspendra, they also played a tremendous role financially, emotionally. My whenever I got stuck, my elder sister Meera, she used to talk a lot of things. She used to remind me what kind of person you were from in the childhood, and then again how you were totally different from the family, how you went to Jawaharlal Vidyalaya, then Dakshana, you worked very hard, success is very near to you. Those kind of words were quite motivating for me. And I think entire family, my parents, my siblings, everyone have played equal role in achieving my success, sir.
Definitely, it is a, needless to say, it is a family achievement, so to say. I'm sure that everybody in your village knows about your success now.
Yes, sir, indeed, sir.
Indeed. And Rai Bareilly, it has got very strong political ties to our a very a big political family in our country, and it's very famous because of that.
Yes.
And has people in Rai Bareilly also started talking about your success?
Sir, result came on 6th of March, and on the second day, sir, we celebrated it with a small rally. And I think that rally has played a tremendous role in motivating student of my area. Now, several students from my village, from my local villages, they are saying if they want to become something, they will become like Vimal. So I think I have given some dreams to those small children who are dreaming these big things. Earlier, the name of IAS, IPS, or other services, they were unaware. Now they are dreaming. Like they think that they can also achieve because the similar boy from similar backgrounds have achieved this. So this is a fundamental shift that I'm seeing from my village, sir.
That is so heartening to hear, because everybody requires a local hero, if I may say that. You can get heroes in today's world
Yes,
of
sir.
information, democratized. I mean, you can get heroes around the world, but then when you have a next door boy as an IAS officer, it is definitely aspiration levels can really run sky high. And I'm sure it will be the start of several other students also aspiring to be at this level. You have also very fondly remembered your grandparents also. You have mentioned that your grandparents also wanted you to become an engineer. I'm sure that they may not really understand the significance of uh, IIT Delhi, or even a UPSC examination 107 rank. How has that sunk in with your grandparents?
Sir, in 2023, I lost my uh, Baba, and it was like the result of preliminary examination came, and day after that I lost my Baba. And when I look back, uh, because after achieving 107 rank, he is not there, but my uh, amma, she is there, and she saw what happened in the entire village, in the entire society, what happened there. She didn't understand anything, but she actually realized the gravity of the situation after so many people came and wished her, and so many people praised her. And I think that is something which gave her a lot of satisfaction. And I'm very much satisfied that she is able to see that, sir. But unfortunately, my Baba is not there, sir. So there, I think I missed it.
But I'm sure his blessings are always with you
Yes.
and will always be with you as you proceed in your career also. Coming to your preparatory days at Dakshana, that is 2015 to 17 during your IIT prep, you were in the company of around
100, sir.
100 students uh, from all parts of the country,
Yes.
because that was truly a national selection, and your peer group, uh, I'm sure it had students from so many states.
Yes.
How did that actually impact your IITJ prep?
Sir, at the Kottayam Center, a lot of values, a lot of things I learned there, they actually helped me during my preparation days. Firstly, sir, number one thing I would say, there I learned the value of discipline. Like we were very disciplined at the JNV Kottayam. We used to wake up early and then come to morning assembly, then sit for classrooms around 4 hours, then again self study till 10 or 11 o'clock night. We used to study, and so that skill that I developed there was actually very helpful during my UPSC journey, because here also when I started my preparation from village itself, so I used to sit properly 8 to 9 or 10 hours before completing the syllabus. And also, sir, there at Dakshina Kottayam, my several of friends are still connected. A lot of friends are doing preparation. A lot of got very good job, and they are actually excelling in their own domain. So, sir, kind of this national exposure that I got at Dakshina Kottayam was very helpful in shaping my personality, as well as giving me the dream that I always dreamt of since my childhood. And I, sir, got courage at IIT Delhi in third year or fourth year to become an IAS. So it was a major sir, challenge for me. And I decided that based on my guidance of my friends that were there at Dakshina Kottayam, sir.
Excellent. That is so heartening to hear. At this point, I think I should tell you, you may already be aware of that. You are, by default of being a Dakshana alum, part of the Dakshana alumni network, DAN. And you will be happy to hear that we have crossed 10,000 numbers in the alumni network.
Yes.
And we are in the process of actually having conversations with several of our alums who have done well in life. And this conversation is part of that series.
Sir, it's a very good initiative because I think, sir, now name of Dakshana is going everywhere. Even outside of the Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya, Dakshana is taking a lot of students. So it will, sir, give a very fruitful outcome in the next few years, sir.
IIT Delhi is a very aspirational brand. Anybody would love to be called a
Yes.
IITian, IIT Delhi. Is there any particular reason why you decided not to join the corporate after your studies in mechanical engineering in IIT Delhi?
Sir, when I got selected in JEE, so I had only two options, sir. Either to go for IIT Kanpur or IIT Delhi. But I choose intentionally IIT Delhi because I thought there the environment of civil services is there, and after graduation, either I'll take job for 1 2 year or do preparation, or I will not sit for placement. But in the third year, the situation was like that. So I got some courage, and I thought not to join corporate because there I'll be not very certain how much time should I devote to corporate or how much time should I do to preparation. So I decided to focus on one particular goal, and at that time I was not knowing how many years will it take, how much sacrifices will it take to get AIR 107. But now I think, sir, I have taken very right decision at the right time. So I, sir, always believe in certainty because from the very beginning I was very sure. Even at Dakshina Kottayam, I was very sure either I'll take IIT Delhi or Kanpur. Since IIT Delhi was very near to civil services dream, so I chose, sir, intentionally IIT Delhi, sir.
In terms of Delhi being the sort of training capital for the civil services, that is what you mean.
Yes, sir.
So it is. So you're saying that you had sort of made up your mind while you were in the second or third year of IIT Delhi that you wanted to pursue your career in the civil services.
Yes, sir.
What sort of pushed you towards that decision?
Sir, I came from a very humble family from village, and I saw the challenges of rural life from the very beginning. I saw the electricity was not coming properly in the villages. I saw the living standard there. So I always dreamt of changing those things at the ground level. So when I entered into IIT, I had a brand name IIT in my name, and it gave us some kind of, sir, confidence boost because suppose the IIT tag was not there, I may not be able to prepare a UPSC Civil Services Examination from village. But since the IIT Delhi tag was there, I was able to prepare the toughest examination of the country from village itself. So that was kind of confidence that gave, sir. IIT is something which gave me that confidence, sir. And I believe, sir, those challenges that I saw from the very beginning, from my childhood, sir, I saw several challenges from rural life to going to Tehsil and doing some kind of paperwork. Those kind of challenges have shaped my dream. And I always believed that if I has to change anything, I will change rural life first. And my own priorities will be rural education, health, then rural development and agricultural development. Those kind of things were always motivating for me. So that is why, sir, I decided to pursue for civil services.
While this may actually look like a redundant question, but I'm sure while preparing for the UPSC, you may have prepared for this question from the interview board because you are an engineer, a mechanical engineer from one of the premier institutes in the country, IIT Delhi. Why not Indian Engineering Services and why only? I'm not saying why only, why the Indian Administrative Service?
Sir, I believe since I was from a village, Dakshina was something which happened in my life, and they actually taken towards IIT because IIT was not, sir, it was not voluntary for me. It was like a blessing, and it happened in my life. I was fortunate enough. So after joining IIT, I had to decide what I wanted to do in my life. And sir, this dream was from very childhood. So I always dreamt of this. And that is why I kept pushing towards civil services instead of engineering service. Because for people who are less fortunate or coming from humble background, they may not be able to decide at the earlier stage what they want to do in their life. Since I got selection in Dakshana Foundation and then went to IIT, then I decided, sir, what I wanted to do in my life. That is why, sir, I kept my dream above corporate life, and I was pretty sure that I can do it. Uh, I prepared it continuously, faced several setbacks, and life was not easy, sir. Several time I thought of giving up, but then again made up my mind, again came back. So those kind of things were inspired from a dream which was quite internal. It was not external. Sir, it was always my passion towards civil services. Passion is something which emerged from the rural life, from the upbringing that I got in rural life. So that is why I kept pushing towards civil services.
That's very, very nice of you to mention that about your upbringing, because it is it's important to understand a boy coming in from that background, cracking the IIT exam and then the IAS exam, and that too, you have sort of cracked the code in the most optimum time frame also.
Yes, sir.
This was your which attempt?
Sir, I started my attempt in 2021. I gave prelims examination and I failed. Then I developed the code of cracking prelims examination. I cracked from there on, I cracked continuously 4 times preliminary examination. And in 2022, I failed mains examination. Then again, I had to develop the code for cracking mains examination. Unfortunately, in 2023, I failed again mains examination. But in 2024, I went to interview stage and finally in 2025 came out with 107 rank. So overall, it was my sir fifth attempt.
We cannot say how proud we are and obviously happy for your success, because you are the highest civil services rank holder that we have among the Dakshana alums till date. And 107 is a fantastic rank. Did you have a thought that you will probably be in the top 100 kind of a rank while you were giving the interview, after you gave the interview?
Sir, when I failed 2024 examination, I was missing the list by 12 marks. So I uh, thought of being in the list in the next year. But the rank that I got, I was not very sure how much rank will I get. But I was thinking around sir 500, 400. That was my thinking. But fortunately, I was fortunate enough and I got 107. And that is very wonderful number, sir. It will be very special for me for entire of my life, sir.
Definitely. I'm sure that you will get a wonderful posting also, courtesy your high rank. And I'm sure you will be able to start serving the country from probably the geography that you prefer also because of your rank, right?
Yes, sir. So I'll be, sir, getting the another zone. And as I have filled the cadre, preferably the northern area first. And based on sir my rank, sir, I am expecting sir either Madhya Pradesh or Uttar Pradesh cadre, sir.
All right. And I think it is also uh, worthwhile to mention here that courtesy your training at a campus which is down south during your IIT prep, you also have a 2 years of exposure to another part of India, because that is India is such a vast and varied country. The states, it's a real pleasure to be part of a country which is as diverse and so magnificent as India. So that probably would have been a first trip down south.
Yes, sir. Actually, sir, when I went to the Kerala, it was my sir first trip in the train. And sir, before that, I hadn't left my Uttar Pradesh. And the journey from Kanpur to Kerala, Kottayam was very special. And even 2 years that I spent there at the Dakshina Kottayam are very memorable and they are very close to my heart. And whenever I meet my friend, we used to talk about Dakshina Kottayam. We can talk even hours. Sir, it was very special, and I think those 2 years has been very. I was very fortunate enough to get those 2 years, because that are life changing, and they have contributed immensely in my success. And sir, I believe those 2 years were very foundational, sir.
That's wonderful. So, from a young IAS officer who's just about to join the executive and has got a very wonderfully long runway ahead of you to serve the country as part of the executive, what do you think are the challenges facing today's administrators uh, who are going into the civil services? People like you.
So the newer candidates who are about to become IAS, I think, sir, the major challenges will be the firstly adjusting to the cadre and understanding the ground realities of that cadre. Second challenge will be utilization of resources very efficiently. And thirdly, sir, I believe the challenge will be to balance the expectation of people with their ground realities. A lot of times people expect so much, but bureaucracy is unable to perform at that level. So to changing sir the perception of people towards bureaucracy will also be a great challenge, sir.
So, I'm just latching on to the last statement that you made, the perception of people about bureaucracy. How do you think your background, education, training, and your experience with, let us say, Dakshana coach training and IIT Delhi, etc., how do you think that is going to shape your personality in meeting the expectations of the people of India?
Sir, I believe the an IAS officer should be very approachable. And once, sir, since I had a background in from rural to government school, then IITs, so I have went through the from the lowest to highest. So I believe, sir, firstly making the public offices very accessible to common public. That is one major thing that I am thinking to implement it. And the second will be, sir, grievance redressal. So people coming with several problems, if their grievances are addressed, so it becomes very easy to change perception within them, because once they are able to see the solution, they will again come back and they will even spread the message that the public offices are very accessible. So I think that way, sir, the perception of people can be changed.
So, very happy to hear that. Now, talking about your success in conjunction with other successes also that have happened in Dakshana Foundation among your batchmates. Two of your batchmates have also cracked the IAS interview in the same year. Are you in touch with them?
Yes, sir. The Ayush is
Yes.
my friend, sir, and Vivek is also in touch with me. And sir, we are very happy, and we are going to share a very good bond in the training, because somewhere we both uh, learned from Dakshina, sir, and we both were from Jawaharlal Navodaya Vidyalaya. So w- even we both are from similar backgrounds. So I think, sir, it will be a very great bond, sir. We will cherish forever.
We are very sure that you will have a very long friendship moving together, I mean, parallelly in the Indian Administrative Service. And we are also very happy. Three of our alums in the same year cracking one of the most prestigious and challenging examinations in the country. So, Vimal, do you have a particular set of advice for your juniors at Dakshana who are obviously going to be very, very motivated by your success and your colleagues' success, etc.? Couple of points that you would like to tell them so that they will keep that in their mind.
So, firstly, few points I will tell about the life at Dakshina. Then I'll tell about when they get college, how to perform in college. So, firstly, at Dakshina, there is environment. There are plenty of guidance available there. So, utilize it, and to your fullest abilities, get a good college. Then at the college, I will always recommend to study properly, because in Dakshina we used to think of IITs, and After IITs, we had nothing. We didn't have any goal. So I believe, sir, once a Dakshinite enter into IIT, they should remember that they has to even work here also. They need to study properly. They need to maintain their grades properly, and never ever left your exams casually. At Dakshina, we used to think that just enter into IIT and life will be set. But in reality, it is not like that. Just enter into IIT is not sufficient. We have to work very hard at IIT, compete with the best mind, because if you compete there, then you will emerge victorious. So that is only advice I will give. And engage in activities at the IITs or NITs, wherever you go, engage in the activities. Do not get secluded, because many times I have seen several of my friends coming from Dakshina, they tend to separate because they come from a different socio-economic background. So I will always suggest, be included in the several extracurricular activities were there, and remember that you focus on the grades. Do not let those grades come down, because eventually that will shake your confidence. So these are my 2 3 advices that I want to give, sir.
Vimal, it was a pleasure talking to you. And thank you so much for spending the time for this In Conversation series with the Dakshina alums. I'm sure the entire Dakshina community would be watching this, and also so many thousands of aspirants who want to get into the Indian Administrative Service. Always a real pleasure when we have a Dakshina alum coming in and spending some time and advising the next generation of leaders. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much, sir. It was pleasure to talk with you, sir.
Thank you. Well, that was Vimal Kumar, All India rank 107 in the UPSC Civil Service Examination when the results came out in 2026. One couple of points which really stand out from the conversation here. Vimal very clearly stressed on one particular feature that he thinks is going to be key for a civil servant, and that is accessibility. He maintains that a civil servant needs to be accessible so that the public will always have a good view about the bureaucracy. And the second point I wanted to note as closing remark is the focus that he spoke about during this entire conversation. Vimal Kumar was very focused on a particular goal, faced setbacks along the way, but then was very clear that this is what I want and this is what I'm going to get. Truly spoken like a Dakshina alum. Very happy to present this conversation. Thank you. And that's all from us here at the Dakshina Foundation. Thank you.